will surprise nobody to learn that there was one major story that dominated the sporting headlines in Germany today, and that, of course, that 6-0 shellacking of Spain. Ian Darke and Stewart Robson back with us to reflect on this game. Rob, you were calling it for the world feed, and what struck me was that you were almost running out of superlative to describe how bad they were.
Well, there was a lack of organisation. There was a lack of leadership, both on the field and from the sidelines. There was a lack of game plan once the original game plan for the first 15 minutes was finished by Serge Gnabry not jumping at the far post against Alvaro Morata. Joachim Low made a change at half-time and then changed back. He went from a back four to a back three. He was asking Koch to go into midfield as the holding midfield player to go up against one of the Spanish midfield players. When that didn't work after the first 5 minutes, he went back to a back four again. Players, I thought, lacked energy. They lacked discipline. They also lacked effort. I was really disappointed. We can talk about the back players, the midfield players. The front three did not work hard enough to close the ball down. They didn't work hard enough to make the right sort of runs. And when Leroy Sané, who I really like as a player, lost or looked as though he was going to lose the ball, he gave up on it. Yeah. And if it starts at the front, it's going to be really poor in midfield at the back. And everything they tried didn't work. But I would have to go back to the coach. When things are going wrong, you need your coach leading by example, out on the side of the pitch, trying to reorganise things. He sat in the dugout and just let things go. You can't do that as a coach.
Yeah, what struck me, Ian, was the fact that there was no reaction from anyone, be it the coach or the players. You kind of thought second half, maybe they'll get themselves going and play for pride. There was just nothing, because every single time Spain went forward, you thought they were going to score.
Yeah, I think it was an alarming, desperate performance by Germany. I can't believe they could get that bad. They've got a situation now where the whole is a lot less than the sum of the parts. And everything Stewart said there is right. They just unraveled. They started to look disinterested and gave up the ghost in the game. And you have to ask then, why is that? Yeah. Why is that happening? And the buck stops with Joachim Low. Has he been in the job too long? Everybody respects what a great job he did. He won the World Cup for Germany and his place is secure. But I think every coach has a shelf life. I was surprised that he survived the debacle at the World Cup when Germany went out at the group stage. And I think what's happening now is maybe an indication that they need to just freshen the whole thing up. Maybe even now, even this close to the European Championships.
Well, it was a point that's been brought up a lot over the last 24 hours. No Muller. Of course, no Boateng, no Hummels either, Robbo. 3 players in 2019 that Joachim Low said, thanks for your contribution, but we're better off without you.
Yeah, he thought at the time that there was going to be younger players coming in, fresher players that are going to come in that were going to do a good job. He'd seen the 2018 World Cup. He'd seen that the Hummels couldn't run anymore. Boateng wasn't quite as quick as he once was, but he's proved at Bayern Munich that he can still play. And the same with Muller. Muller looked as though he couldn't make a run forward. Now he's inspired again with a new coach, Hansi Flick, who's done a great job with him. He's the leader of that Bayern Munich pack. And that's why he made the change. I can understand why he made the change. But when Manuel Neuer, the goalkeeper, and one of the team members is starting to say that those 3 players should be back in the squad, it shows that he hasn't got a lot of confidence in the manager.
2001, England beat Germany 5-1. Germany made it to the World Cup final the year after, Ian. Can you see the same sort of response this time round?
Well, I don't want to say no completely, because the European Championship is notorious for coming up with shock results, the way Denmark won it off the beach, really, in 1992, the way Greece won it, the way Portugal won it, really, 4 years ago. Nobody really expected that to happen. So you do get surprises. Is it just one bad performance, though? No, I don't think it is. I think there's a kind of rot setting in, and there needs to be a major change. I think if I was Joachim Low and I'm keeping the job, I would get on the phone to Mats Hummels and say to him, look, we need you. Come back, be an old head there. He's still a very, very good defender. And that old cliche about the first 5 yards in defence is in your head, that's still partly true. I think he'd be a good addition. And Muller as well, I think, comes back into the squad. That, I think, would be quite a good change. Maybe just give everybody a bit of a lift too.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.